What do you do when your 10-year-old grandchild tells you that you're a burden? Worse, how do you feel when you discover that your own family taught them to say it? I'm a 71-year-old retired engineer, and when the phone rang on a Saturday morning, it was my grandson's school principal, Mrs. Patterson. "Mr. Bennett, Ethan wrote an essay titled, 'My Family.' I think you should come to the school. The content, it might upset you." When I arrived and read little Ethan's notebook, the first sentence stopped my heart. My grandfather is rich but stingy. My mother says he's a burden to us. Instead of giving us his money, he lives alone. I had worked for 45 years, given everything to my family, and now, even in my grandson's eyes, I was a burden. But the truth was much darker. I discovered that my daughter-in-law was planning to have me declared mentally incompetent and seize all my assets. My name is Harold Bennett, and this is the story of how a 71-year-old man discovered his family's betrayal and how he took devastating revenge. Before we continue, please subscribe to the channel and let us know in the comments where you're listening from. When I hung up the phone, I sat at the kitchen table. My breakfast was half-eaten, cold, but I wasn't hungry anymore. My kitchen is small. Eleanor and I wanted it that way. White cabinets yellowed with age, blue Formica countertop from the 80s, a window overlooking the November garden, bare trees, brown grass, gray sky. Everything was gray that morning. I got dressed slowly. My knees cracked. That familiar sound of old age. I chose clean jeans and the plaid shirt Eleanor bought me years ago. Every time I wear it, I feel her presence. I looked in the bathroom mirror. A 71-year-old man stared back. White hair, wrinkled face, tired eyes, but clear. My mind is still sharp. I got in my old Volvo, 2010 model, over 150,000 miles, but the engine was solid. A well-maintained car lasts forever, my father used to say. I drove through Boston streets, familiar streets. I've lived here for 40 years. Eleanor and I came in 1987. We raised Robert here, but now I'm left alone. Only memories. My son Robert sent his children to Whitmore Academy. $15,000 a year per child. 3 children, $45,000 total. I was paying it every year. But now I was going to that school, and the principal wanted to talk to me about Ethan. Whitmore Academy was impressive. Red brick, historic, built in the 1920s. I parked and went inside. A young woman led me to the principal's office. "Mr. Bennett," Mrs. Patterson said, standing. "Thank you for coming." We shook hands. Her grip was warm but concerned. "Please sit down. First, I want you to know that Ethan is physically fine. No accident. But yesterday, the class wrote essays titled, 'My Family,' and what Ethan wrote upset me deeply. My heart started racing. May I read it? Of course. That's why I called you." She turned the notebook toward me. I read slowly. My family. My family has 4 people. My mom, Jennifer, my dad, Robert, my sister, Sophia, and my brother, Oliver. I also have a grandfather. His name is Harold. He's old. Very old. He's 71. My grandfather lives in a big house in Boston, all by himself. My grandmother died. My grandfather is rich but stingy. That's what my mom says. My dad says that too sometimes. My mom says my grandfather is a burden to us because he's old and lives alone. Instead of giving us his money, he lives in that house by himself. He's selfish. My dad says my grandfather owes us because we're his family. I love my grandfather. We go fishing every weekend. It's fun. But my mom says Grandpa should live with us. But Grandpa doesn't want to. That's selfish. My family is complicated sometimes. But I love them. The paper trembled in my hands. Tears filled my eyes. My grandfather is rich, but stingy. My grandfather is a burden to us. Grandpa owes us. These words weren't his. A 10-year-old doesn't say stingy or burden or owes. These were adult words, Jennifer's words, Robert's words. These aren't Ethan's words, I said, voice breaking. I know, Mrs. Patterson said gently. A child doesn't talk this way. He heard it at home. He's repeating what he's been taught. I clenched my hands into fists. Anger welled up inside me, but beneath it was profound pain, betrayal. Jennifer and Robert had poisoned a 10-year-old boy's mind. My heart broke, truly broke. My advice is to discuss this with your family, Mrs. Patterson said, openly and honestly, but not in front of Ethan. I nodded. I'll talk to them. Today. When I got home, I went to my study and opened my computer. I created an Excel file. Money given to Robert, 2004 to 2024. I started writing. Everything, year by year. 2003 to 2007. Yale education. $240,000, 2011. The wedding, $40,000, 2013. House down payment, $95,000, 2014 to 2019. Child expenses, $54,000, 2020 to 2024. Private school, $180,000, 2023. Jennifer's mother's treatment, $67,000. Total, $676,000, nearly $700,000. I'd worked for 45 years. Average salary, $55,000. Total lifetime earnings, $1,925,000. I'd given my son 35% of everything I'd ever earned. And what had I received in return? Not a single genuine thank you, just constant demands for more. I printed the spreadsheet and put it in my pocket. I called Robert at 3 o'clock. Robert, come over tonight. You and Jennifer, for dinner, 7:30. Dad, we had plans. Cancel them. This is important. It's about Ethan and our family. Something in my voice made him pause. 7:30, Robert. I hung up. I prepared Eleanor's recipe. Chicken in the oven with potatoes and vegetables. Set the table for 3. At 7:15, the doorbell rang. Robert and Jennifer stood there. Both looked tense. Robert held flowers. Come in. They sat on the sofa. I sat opposite. Silence. Dad, Robert finally said. What happened? Ethan's principal called me today. I went to the school. Ethan wrote an essay. My family. I pulled out the photocopy. Here. Read it yourselves. Robert's face turned white, then red, then white again. When he finished, he couldn't speak. Jennifer read it in silence. Long, heavy silence. Well, I said, are you going to explain? Dad, I didn't know Ethan wrote that, but you knew where he learned those ideas, didn't you? He fell silent. You taught him this, Jennifer. Grandpa's a burden. You said it. Jennifer hung her head. You said it too, Robert. Grandpa owes us. You taught him that. Dad, I'm sorry. I was angry. Work is bad. Money is tight. Kids hear everything, Robert, I shouted. You taught him Grandpa owes us. Why? Because I gave you money? But those were gifts, not debts. I pulled out the Excel spreadsheet, slapped it on the table. Wasn't this enough? Yale education, $240,000. Wedding, $40,000. House, $95,000. Child expenses, $54,000. Private school, $180,000. Jennifer's mother's treatment, $67,000. $676,000. And what did I get in return? What gratitude? What love? Robert was crying. Dad, you're right. I'm a terrible son. I'm sorry. Sorry isn't enough. Because now Ethan is learning too. Grandpa's a burden. That's what you taught him. Jennifer stood. Maybe you're right, Harold. But you're 71 years old, alone in this huge house. If you moved in with us, I laughed bitterly. Take care of me, or take control of my house. This house is worth $800,000. If I die, it goes to Robert. That's why you want me to move in, to control me. Jennifer sat down, couldn't speak, because it was true. Son, do you love me or my money? Robert cried. I don't know, Dad. It's complicated. Of course I love you. But money matters too. 3 kids. Jennifer doesn't work. I'm the only income. And you have money. Why wouldn't you help? Because helping and being exploited are 2 different things. You never thanked me. You never asked, Dad, how are you? You just said, I need money. That's not love. That's exploitation. An apology isn't enough, I said, because now things are going to change. No more money. Private school is over. Public school from now on. Other expenses. Your problem. Dad, that's impossible. No. Other families do it. So will you. I think you should leave. They left. The door closed. I sat alone at the table, and inside me, lightness, as if a weight had been lifted. I felt free. For the first time in years. Sunday morning, I went to my study. I opened the filing cabinet, the 2024 file, and I found it. A white envelope. Hidden away. Jennifer's handwriting. Harold estate planning. My hands trembled. I opened it. Lawyer's letterhead. Goldberg and Associates, elder law attorneys. I read every word, and my world collapsed. Jennifer had been planning to put me under conservatorship, to have me declared mentally incompetent, to seize all my assets, $1.2 million. She'd paid the lawyer $7,000. It had started in March 2014, 10 years ago. Details from April. Take Mr. Bennett to the doctor. Describe symptoms. Say forgetful, confused, dangerous. Obtain a medical report. In May, she'd postponed. Our relationship has deteriorated. He's suspicious. But she'd added, keep the file open. I want to restart this in the future. My own daughter-in-law had been planning to steal everything I had. I stood up, paced. Anger, pain, fear. Then, determination. I had to protect myself. Now, I grabbed paper and wrote, to-do list, Monday, lawyer Marcus, change will, urgent. Realtor Linda, sell house, move to Florida, Tuesday, bank, remove Robert as beneficiary. Wednesday, change power of attorney, remove Robert. Monday morning, I put on my only suit, navy blue. Today was the day I was going to change my life. I drove downtown to Marcus Goldstein's office. I'd known him for 30 years. He'd prepared my will and Eleanor's will. Harold, Marcus said, concerned, your message sounded urgent. What happened? Marcus, I can no longer trust my family. Jennifer's been planning to put me under conservatorship. I handed him the documents. He read carefully. His expression changed from surprise to anger to sadness. Harold, this is very serious. What do you want to do? Change my will. Robert is no longer my heir. I want everything to go to charities. Boston Children's Hospital, Alzheimer's Research Foundation, Fire Department Scholarship Fund. Marcus wrote everything down. And Robert gets nothing? Nothing. I already gave him $676,000 during his lifetime. That's enough. Harold, are you absolutely certain? This is burning bridges. You may not speak for years. I paused. Marcus, Robert exploited me for years. Jennifer planned to steal everything. My grandson writes, Grandpa is a burden. They don't love me. They love my money. So why should I leave them anything? Marcus nodded slowly. You're right. I'll prepare everything. Wednesday at 10. You come, read, sign. At 2 o'clock, I met with real estate agent Linda Rodriguez at my house. Harold, why sell after 37 years? It's too big for one person. And I want to change. Florida. We toured every room. Linda took notes and photos. My estimate, $800,000. But for quick sale, list at $775,000. It'll sell in 1 month. Let's do it. One more thing. The sale. Do you want to inform anyone? No, Linda. Especially not my son, Robert. Linda was surprised but agreed. I won't tell anyone. 2 weeks passed quickly. Wednesday, I signed the new will at Marcus's office. Now official. Robert gets nothing. Charities get everything. Friday, Linda called. Harold? 3 offers. The best, $790,000. Cash. Young couple expecting a baby. Accept it. The house sold by the end of November. I spent those 2 weeks packing. Donated most of my belongings. Eleanor's things were the hardest. Her clothes, her jewelry, her sewing machine. I kept only her small jewelry box. Coming with me. Always. November 27th, closing day. I met the young buyers, Sarah and Mike, pregnant and excited. We loved your house, Sarah said. We're going to raise our baby here. My eyes welled up. That's wonderful. Eleanor and I were very happy there. I signed the documents, received the check, $790,000. I handed over the keys, 37 years. Now someone else's. I drove to the Marriott. One night, tomorrow, flight to Florida. Thursday morning, I sat in the hotel lobby, drinking coffee, waiting. I'd called Robert last night. Tomorrow morning, Marriott downtown, 9 o'clock, you and Jennifer. Final conversation. 9:15, they arrived. They looked exhausted, changed. Dad, why are you staying at a hotel? Robert, I'm not home because I don't have a home anymore. I sold the house. Closing was yesterday. $790,000. Shocked silence. Dad, what did you do? The house. Sit down, I yelled. That house was my house. I can do what I want with it. Where are you going? Florida, Miami Beach. Flight leaves tomorrow. Florida? Dad, you're leaving us? Yes. I took out the conservatorship papers, put them on the table. This is Jennifer's plan to put me under conservatorship. Goldberg and Associates, March 2014. Jennifer paid $7,000, planned to have me declared mentally incompetent, planned to seize $1.2 million. Robert turned to Jennifer. Is this true? Yes, Jennifer said quietly. I changed my will. Robert, you're no longer an heir. All my money goes to charities. But Dad, the kids, they're your responsibility. You'll provide for them, with your own money. The lobby fell silent. People stared. Robert, you're 40 years old, but you're still living off my money. That stops now. I took out 3 envelopes. These are letters to my grandchildren. Explains why I left. That I love them. Always will. I need to go now. Robert stood. Dad, can we hug? Please, we hugged. Long and tight. Robert sobbed. Goodbye, son. Goodbye, Dad. I love you. We separated, for the last time. I left the hotel, called a taxi. Logan Airport, please. The plane, Miami, one way. I boarded, found my seat, window seat. The plane took off. I looked out, Boston below, disappearing. Goodbye, Boston. Goodbye, Eleanor. Goodbye, Robert. Goodbye, old life. And for the first time in weeks, I truly smiled. Because I was free. A new life was beginning. Part 2, Freedom. It was 7 in the evening when I landed at Miami Airport. Warm air, humid, sweet. Not Boston's icy cold. This was like a warm embrace. I smelled salt from the ocean, exotic flowers, palm trees, everything different, music everywhere, Latin melodies. In Boston, everyone rushed. Here, time moved slower. I smiled. This place was a new beginning. I picked up my one suitcase. 71 years of life. One suitcase. Eleanor's jewelry box in my bag. That was all. The past stayed in Boston. The heavy, painful past. This was the future. I took a taxi to Coral Gables Inn. First time in Miami? The driver asked. Yes. You love it. Miami is beautiful. Sun, beach, music. I checked in. Small room. One night. Tomorrow I'd move to my new place. I lay on the bed. So tired. But I could finally relax. First steps taken. House sold. Will changed. Boston behind me. I slept. Deep sleep. And for the first time in months, no nightmares. When I woke, sunlight streamed through the window, golden and warm. I opened the curtain. The garden. Green grass. Palm trees. Flowers. Red, pink, yellow. Birds singing. Beautiful. In Boston, my November garden was dead and brown. But here, paradise. I met my old colleague Tom for lunch. He'd retired to Florida 3 years ago. Harold! You finally came. He hugged me. Finally, Tom. You've changed. Last time in Boston, you looked exhausted. But now, different. What happened? It's a long story, Tom. I couldn't trust my family anymore. Jennifer planned to exploit me. Conservatorship. So I ran, sold my house, changed my will. Tom nodded. You did right. Family isn't always good. Are you happy? I'm free, Tom. For the first time in years, truly free. We drove to the beach, the ocean, vast, turquoise blue, white sand, palm trees. I stopped and stared. Beautiful, incredibly beautiful. I walk here every day, Tom said. 3 miles, good for the soul. We walked, talked, about old times, about new beginnings. Tom told me about the community. Old people, retirees, all alone. But we found each other. You will too. At 2 o'clock, we met real estate agent Carlos at Ocean View Condominiums. Modern building, 10 stories, white facade, glass balconies. Harold, welcome, Carlos said. Let me show you 7B. We took the elevator to the 7th floor. Carlos opened the door. Come in. I entered and stopped. Beautiful. Living room, spacious. White walls. Large windows flooded with light. Balcony, and I stepped outside. The ocean. Right in front of me. Blue. Endless. Waves sparkling. Wind blew. I breathed salty air. Deep. Clean. What do you think? Carlos asked. Incredible. Kitchen, modern. White cabinets, granite countertop, stainless steel appliances. Everything new. 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. Clean, bright. Price? $285,000. HOA fees? $350 per month. I stepped back onto the balcony, looked at the ocean. Seagulls flying. Free. This could be mine. This could be a new beginning. Carlos, I'll take it. Carlos was surprised. You sure? Don't you want to see other units? I'm sure. This feels right. This is my place. Tom smiled. Good decision, Harold. Congratulations! Welcome to Miami, Carlos said. Closing in 2 weeks. 2 weeks later, December 12th, closing day. I signed the documents. Paid $285,000. Got the keys. Ocean View Condominiums, 7B. My home. Tom helped me move. But there wasn't much. 1 suitcase, Eleanor's box, few books. Furniture. IKEA tomorrow. Simple furniture. We bought a bed, sofa, table, kitchenware. Total, $3,500. 3 days later, everything was delivered and set up. My home was ready, simple, minimal, but mine. First night, I sat on the balcony. The ocean at night. Moonlight reflecting. Silver path on water. Waves. Soothing sound. I closed my eyes. Eleanor, did I do right? Wind blew, as if Eleanor answered. You did right, Harold. You're free now. But I'm alone. I'm always with you. In your heart. Always. My eyes filled with tears. I miss you, Eleanor. I miss you too. But now live. Live for me. Be happy. You deserve it. I'll try, sweetheart. I promise. I sat there until morning, listening to the ocean, and in the end, smiled, because I knew I had to really live. First month, I established routines, woke at 7, made Cuban coffee, drank on balcony, watched sunrise, different every day. Orange, pink, red, gold, walk at 8 along beach, 3 miles, 45 minutes. First days alone. But slowly, faces became familiar. Old man, same time every morning. We'd nod. Morning. Old woman, with her golden retriever. She'd smile. Good morning. And George. Met George second week at the pool. Hello, you're new, aren't you? I'm George. I'm Harold. Where from? Boston. Cold place. Why Florida? Wanted a change. Fresh start. George nodded. Me too. New York. 2 years ago, after my wife died. Cancer. Pancreatic. My heart beat faster. My wife died 6 years ago. Same. Pancreatic cancer. George looked up. Connection made. Then you understand. I understand. Would you like coffee? We went to Starbucks. Talked. About wives. About loss. About fresh starts. Harold, you walking tomorrow morning? Yes, 8 o'clock. Want to walk together? That'd be nice, George. And so began my first friendship in Florida. Third week, I met Maria at the building's weekly coffee social. Hello! You're the new neighbor. I'm Maria, energetic, Cuban accent, smiling. I'm Harold. Where from? Boston. Cold. Here better. Come, try my cake. Tres leches. Delicious. I ate. Melted in my mouth. Incredible. Maria introduced me to others. David and Susan, Canadian snowbirds. John, retired doctor. Lisa, retired nurse. I went to the coffee social every Friday. Became routine. Slowly, community formed. George, Maria, Tom, others. We checked on each other, supported each other. For the first time in 6 years, since Eleanor died, there was sense of family. In Boston, there were Robert and Jennifer. But no sense of family. Just obligation, transaction. Here, different. Just friendship, support, love. I didn't feel alone. Fourth month, Tom and I went fishing. Small rented boat, Miami Marina, 6 a.m. We cast our lines and waited. Harold, want to ask something. Why'd you really run from Boston? I took a deep breath. 20 years, Tom. Robert used me for money. Yale, $240,000. Wedding, $40,000. House, $95,000. Child expenses, $54,000. Private school, $180,000. Jennifer's mother, $67,000 total, $676,000. Tom whistled. And what did I get? No thanks. Just demands for more. Then my 10-year-old grandson wrote, Grandpa's a burden. Grandpa's stingy. Grandpa owes us. They taught him that. And then Jennifer planned to take me to court. Steal all my money. When Eleanor got sick, we needed money for treatment. But there was none. Because I'd given it all to Robert. When Eleanor died, I was in debt. $40,000. Credit cards. Took 3 years to pay off. And Robert never asked. Dad, how are you? Just, Dad, need money for private school. Tom shook his head. You've been a saint. You did right. But Tom, I feel guilty. The grandchildren, they're innocent. Tom put his hand on my shoulder. Harold, listen. Grandchildren will grow up. One day they'll learn the truth. Maybe they'll find you. Maybe they'll understand. Maybe. Forgiveness is for you, not them. Your heart gets lighter. I know, but not ready yet. We didn't catch any fish, but we gained something more valuable. Deep friendship, true understanding. In Boston, Robert and Jennifer were falling apart. January 2015, 2 months since we'd separated. Private school bill arrived. $45,000. Robert couldn't pay. The children were transferred to public school. Mid-January, mid-year, hard. Ethan cried. Daddy, why? February, electricity cut off. Bill unpaid. March, Robert's car broke down. $2,000 repair. He couldn't afford it. Started taking the bus. April, Jennifer started working. Macy's, sales associate. $15 an hour. First time in 8 years. May, Robert asked for a raise. Boss said no. Budget cuts. June, mortgage bill. $2,800. Robert calculated. His salary? $5,000. Jennifer, $2,000. Total, $7,000. Expenses, $5,300. Not enough. July. Bank sent a letter. 3 months late, $8,400. Pay immediately. Otherwise, foreclosure. That night, Robert called his father, Harold. The phone rang, 5 times. Voicemail. Dad, it's Robert. I know I shouldn't call, but Dad, I'm in bad shape. Losing the house. Can't pay mortgage. Please help me. One last time, please, Dad. His voice broke, crying. He hung up, waited. Days passed. Nothing. Week passed. Nothing. Robert understood. His father wouldn't answer. Because I had listened to Robert's message in Florida. Early August. I listened to his broken, crying voice. Inside me, 2 feelings, pain and anger. He didn't say, "How are you, Dad?" Just, "I need money, Dad." I didn't answer. Tough love, but necessary love. August. Robert put the house up for sale. Hard decision, but no choice. Listed at $420,000. 2 weeks, 1 offer. $410,000. Low, but no other offers. He accepted. Mid-September. Closing. $410,000. After mortgage and fees, $5,000 left. $5,000. 7 years in that house. Everything gone. October. Rental house. Small. 2 bedrooms. $1,800 monthly. Kids cried. No yard. Crowded. What happened to us? Jennifer whispered. We're ruined. Harold was right. Yes, we used him, and now we're living with consequences. November 2015. 1 year since Harold's departure. Robert thought about it on the bus to work. 1 year. What had changed? Everything. Old life. Big house, private school, dad's money, easy. New life. Small rental, public school, 2 salaries, hard. But something strange had happened. Robert had changed. He asked for promotion. Got it. Small, but something. Senior analyst. $500 raise. At home, he helped Jennifer. Cooking, cleaning, kids. For first time, Robert ironed his shirt. Cooked dinner, helped with homework. Thanks, Dad, Ethan said. That little thank you warmed Robert's heart. For first time, felt like real father. Inside him, pride, small but real. I'm succeeding. On my own. Without Dad. One day Jennifer asked, "Robert, are you happy?" "Don't know. Life is very hard, but it's more real. Before, we were living fake life. Dad's money. But we weren't doing anything, just taking. Now it's our life. Hard, but ours. We're earning it. And that feels good." "Wish Dad could see this," Robert said. "I've changed. But he won't see it. Maybe you should write. Long letter. Tell him everything. Maybe you're right." December 2015. Robert sat at his computer. 3 a.m. He wrote 3 pages. Honesty, apology, hope. When finished, relieved, he printed it, mailed it, and waited. February 2016. 3 months since Robert sent the letter. I was checking mailbox. Saw a white envelope. Handwritten. Robert's. My heart raced. Heavy. Several pages. I went upstairs. Sat opposite it. Looked at it. Long time. Finally, opened it. First paragraph. Shock. "I abandoned you." Confession. Second paragraph. Pain. Their struggles. Losing home. Financial collapse. But no blame. We deserve it. Third page. Hope. I've changed. Really changed. Final paragraph. Love. I love you, Dad. Always have. When finished, eyes full, tears streamed down. Robert had truly changed. Clear from letter, sincere, real. But me, could I forgive? Yet. Didn't know. I went onto the balcony, watched ocean. "Eleanor," Robert wrote. "He apologizes. What should I do? Wind blew. Harold, he's your son. Did wrong, but now, sorry, changed. Forgive him. But 20 years of pain. Forgiving is for you. Your heart will be lighter. Maybe Eleanor was right. But not yet. Too soon." I wrote reply. "Robert, I received your letter. Read it several times. You've changed. I can tell. I'm happy for you. But forgiveness isn't easy. 20 years of pain don't fade easily. I can't forgive you now. Not yet. But maybe in future. Be well. Take care of your family. Stand on your own feet. Tell Ethan, Sophia, Oliver. Their grandfather loves them. Always has. Maybe one day we'll see each other. Your father, Harold." I mailed it. And inside me, small but real hope. Maybe one day we'd talk. Time would tell. Part 3. Reconciliation. 5 years passed. The year 2020, November. My 76th birthday. My life in Florida was peaceful. Comfortable routine. Coffee. Sunrise. Walk with George. Pool. Weekly coffee socials. Simple but peaceful. Robert and I corresponded. 2-3 times a year. Short letters, distant but kind. Progress reports. Dad, promoted. Director now. Sophia in high school, honor roll. Oliver, football captain. But Ethan, not much information. Just Ethan at MIT Engineering. MIT. My university. Now Ethan there, following same path. Had he forgiven me? Understood? Didn't know. And that hurt. November 15th, 2020. My birthday. Postcard from Robert. Happy birthday, Dad. Love, Robert, Jennifer, Ethan, Sophia, Oliver. Evening, I sat on the balcony. Alone. Sunset. 76 years old, Eleanor. 20 years without you. Wind blew. But I'm fine here. Peaceful. Have friends. Then doorbell rang. 8 o'clock. Who could it be? I opened the door. A young man, tall, athletic, brown hair, blue eyes, my eyes, jeans, MIT polo shirt, backpack. My heart stopped. Ethan? He smiled. Hi, Grandpa. Do you remember me? Eyes filled. Of course. How did you find me? Long story. Can I come in? Of course. Ethan entered, then stepped forward, hugged me, tight. I missed you, Grandpa. So much. I hugged back, embraced my grandson. After 5 years. I missed you too, Ethan. We hugged long, both wiped eyes, both cried. Please sit. Water? Water would be great. We sat on couch, side by side. Grandpa, first I want to apologize. 5 years we haven't seen each other. My fault too. No, Ethan. You were child. 14 when I left. Not your fault. But I wrote that essay. My grandfather is a burden. Those words broke your heart. Ethan, you heard those words at home. Adult words, not your fault. I know, but still I wrote it. And I'm sorry. I held his hand. I forgave you years ago. And now you're here. That's what matters. We talked for hours. On balcony, ocean in front, moon rising. Grandpa, Dad told me your address. Don't bother him. He's peaceful. But I wanted to see you. You did right. But why now? Why after 5 years? Ethan took deep breath. Because I'm grown up. 19, MIT, engineering. Like you. I smiled. MIT, proud of you. But Grandpa, orientation week, speaker came. Old retired engineer, from GE, like you. My heart raced. He told his story. Went to MIT, worked at GE, had one son, gave him everything. And that son abandoned him. When money ran out. Father died alone. Hospital. Son didn't come. Not even to funeral. My eyes filled. And I thought, this is our story. My grandfather. My father. Me apostrophe. Same story. And I was scared. Will I be like that too? That night I cried. Really cried. Because I understood. We treated you so badly, Grandpa. You loved us. Gave everything. But we just took. I hugged him. Ethan, you understand now. That's important. He cried. Sobbed. Grandpa, I'm sorry. So sorry. That essay. Those words. My grandfather is burden. I'm guilty too. Shh. It's okay. You were child. Now you're adult. And you understand. That's enough. Ethan stayed 3 days. Thanksgiving holiday. Best 3 days of my life. Of past 5 years. We talked about everything. Grandpa, when you left, we sank. Lost house. Moved to small rental. Oliver and I shared room. Got kicked out of private school. Lost friends. Rich kids didn't accept me anymore. You're poor now. But at public school, found real people, learned real friendship, and Dad changed. Really, works hard. Director now, first time, I'm proud of him. Mom too, store manager, has her own money, happy. I smiled. Good, Ethan. Proud of him too. I showed Ethan Miami. Morning walks, beach, George, Cuban restaurant, Maria's house. Amazing, Maria, Ethan said. Can't get food like this in Boston. Evening, pool. Ethan swam. I watched. Eleanor, did you see? Ethan is here. Grown up. Beautiful boy. You'd be proud. Wind blew. Warm. I see, Harold. Proud. Last day, balcony. Morning. Coffee. Sunrise. Grandpa, did you forgive Dad? Really? I paused. Complicated. On one hand, yes. He's my son, love him. See, he's changed. But pain is still there. 20 years don't just disappear. But Ethan, with you, it's different. You were child. innocent. I completely forgave you. Ethan smiled through tears. Thank you, Grandpa. We hugged. Grandpa, Dad wants to talk. Face to face, maybe one day he could visit? As family? I paused. Don't know, Ethan. Maybe, but not yet. Maybe in year, 2 years. I understand. I'll tell Dad. That afternoon, I drove Ethan to the airport. We stopped in front of terminal, last few minutes. Grandpa, thank you. These 3 days, perfect. Me too, Ethan. Wonderful young man. Bright future ahead. Can I come back? Of course. Anytime. This is your home too. We hugged. I love you, Grandpa. I love you too, Ethan. So much. He got out, waved, entered terminal, gone. I sat in car, then drove home, alone, but peaceful loneliness, because now I knew Ethan was there, thinking of me, loving me. There was hope, real hope. That night, phone rang, 9 o'clock, Boston area code. Hello? Dad? Robert's voice, mature, serious. Robert, is that you? Yes, Dad. Ethan visited you, told me everything. Silence. Dad, been 5 years. Thought about you every day. Regretted every day. Robert, no, Dad, please listen. I was terrible son. Used you 20 years. Stole your money. Never thanked. And Jennifer, conservatorship plan. Awful, but real. You found out. You ran. You were right. Robert, I know. Read your letter 5 years ago. Dad, now, been 5 years. Changed. Really changed. Don't want your money anymore. Living on our own money. I know, Robert. Ethan told me. Proud. Thank you, Dad. Voice broke. Crying. That means a lot. Silence. Comfortable silence. Dad, one day could we see you, as family, when ready? I paused. Not yet, but maybe soon. Robert, not yet, but maybe in year, 2. I understand. I'll wait. Robert, one more thing. I forgive you, not completely, but on path to forgiveness, because you've changed, and you're my son, always will be. Robert cried. Thank you, Dad. I love you. Love you too. We'll see each other someday, right? I smiled. Yes, son. I promise. Good night, Dad. Phone went dead. I sat on the couch. Long time. Inside me. Complete peace. Robert had changed. Truly. Family was coming back. Epilogue. Full circle. The year 2022. 2 more years. I was 78. Still healthy. Still walked with George. Still swam. Still saw friends. Ethan came every year. Summer. Thanksgiving. More mature. More accomplished. He graduated MYT 2021. With honors. I went to ceremony. First time in Boston in 7 years. Robert and Jennifer were there. We saw each other from distance. Nodded, but didn't approach. But first step taken. July 2022. Ethan found job. Google, California. Robotics engineer. Grandpa, I'm moving to California. But first, want to visit you and bring family. Dad, Mom, Sophia, Oliver, all of us, okay? 7 years. Was I ready? Okay, Ethan. Come, all of you. July 15th, 2022. They came. 5 people. Robert, 50. Gray hair. Confident. Changed. Jennifer, 47. Professional. Changed. Sophia, 25. Teacher. Oliver, 24. Coach. I went to airport. Waited. Saw them. From distance. They approached. Slowly. Robert in front. Stopped. Meter away. We looked at each other. Long time. Then Robert stepped forward. Hugged me. Tightly. Dad, I missed you. So much. I hugged him. My son, after 7 years. I missed you too, Robert. We cried. Both. At airport. Didn't matter. Jennifer approached. Harold, I'm sorry. For everything. I accept your apology. We hugged. Sophia and Oliver. Grandpa, we'd like to know you. I hugged them both. Proud of you. They stayed 3 days, together every day. I showed them Miami, introduced them to friends. Everyone loved them. We talked about past, mistakes, apologies, forgiveness. Last night, balcony, all of us, family, real family. Dad, Robert said, you taught us greatest lesson. Value, work, independence, hard lesson, but necessary. We learned. Finally, now we're better people. Thank you, Dad. Eyes welled up. You're welcome, son. And I thank you for changing. We all hugged. Family hug. First time in 7 years. Justice served. Family back. Real family. Changed family. Better family. Now it's 2024. I'm 80 years old. Every Thanksgiving family comes. All of them. Robert, Jennifer, Ethan, married to Sarah, first child. Sophia, married, 2 children. Oliver, married, 1 child. Big family. Happy family. Last year, something special. My birthday. White envelope. Open it, Grandpa. I opened. Document inside. Harold Bennett Scholarship Fund, MIT Engineering Annual $50,000 for students with financial need. Stunned. What is this? In your name, Dad, Robert said. We donated together. $50,000 per year. 1 student. In your name. Because you taught us the value of education. I cried. This most beautiful gift ever. Because you're the best grandpa, Ethan said. We love you. Robert added, Dad, we wanted to give back. Can't repay everything, but this, our way of saying thank you. Jennifer stepped forward. Harold, I can never undo conservatorship plan. Haunts me every day. But I've learned. Hope this shows how much we've changed. Sophia spoke. Grandpa, I'm teacher. Every day I tell students about you. About man who worked hard. Gave everything. Taught us love isn't about money. Oliver nodded. I coach kids from poor families. Tell them your story. How you earned everything. Taught us to stand on our own feet. Chest tight. Eyes tearing. You don't know what this means. I thought it was all wasted. But now I see. You learned. Robert took my hand. Dad, actions speak louder than words. This scholarship lives beyond us. Students who can't afford MIT will get chance, not obligation, gratitude, love. I hugged them, all of them, one by one. Today I'm sitting on balcony, alone, but not lonely. I look at Eleanor's photo. Did you see, sweetheart? We finally made peace. Real family. Wind blows. I saw Harold. Proud. You did right. Hard, but right. Forgiving was hard, but it set you free. Yes, honey. It set me free. I watched the ocean. Waves. Endless waves. Like life. Never same. Always changing. But always moving forward. I think about that day, 7 years ago, Ethan's essay. My grandfather is a burden. Those words broke me, changed everything. But now I'm grateful for that pain. It woke me up, made me save myself. If I hadn't read that essay, Jennifer would have executed her plan. I would have lost everything. But instead, I ran, built new life, and taught my family. Love without respect is not love. It's exploitation. Sometimes the most loving thing you can do is say no. Sometimes the greatest gift is absence. Robert had to fall, had to struggle, had to fail. Only then could he learn. Could he grow? I forgave Jennifer, not immediately, but eventually. Because forgiveness isn't for the other person. Forgiveness is for you. When I forgave, I did it because I deserved peace. My grandchildren broke the cycle. They could have become entitled, greedy, but they chose differently. Ethan at Google, building prosthetics, helping others. Sophia teaching, shaping minds. Oliver coaching, mentoring poor kids. They broke the cycle, and that makes everything worth it. Eleanor died too young. We should have had more time. For 6 years, I was lost. Stayed in that house, paralyzed by grief. But then I had to leave, had to survive. And in running, I found life again. Not the same life. Different life. With George, Tom, Maria. With ocean sunrises. With morning walks. Life. Eleanor would be proud, because she said, "Harold, when I'm gone, don't stop living. Promise me." I kept that promise, sweetheart. I'm Harold Bennett, 80 years old, retired engineer, widower, father, grandfather. I worked 45 years, earned $1.9 million, gave $676,000 to my son, saved the rest. When I die, charities get everything, approximately $2 million. That money will help thousands, children, Alzheimer's patients, firefighters' families, engineering students. That's my legacy, not the money I gave Robert. That was wasted. But this will matter. This will change lives. My phone buzzes, text from Ethan. "Grandpa, Sarah and I are coming for Christmas. With the baby. Can't wait for you to meet your great-grandchild. Love you, hon." I smile. Great-grandchild. New generation. I type, "Can't wait. Love you too." I stand, slowly. Knees hurt, back hurts, 80 years old, body breaking down, but mind sharp, spirit strong, heart full. I walk to balcony railing. Look at ocean, sun setting, orange, pink, gold, deep breath, salty air, freedom air. "Eleanor, I think I'm ready now. When time comes, I've made peace, forgiven, lived, loved, wind blows. Not yet, Harold. You still have great-grandchildren to meet. Live a little longer. For me." I smile. "Okay, sweetheart." I go inside. Time for dinner. George invited me over. I grab keys, wallet, Eleanor's photo. "Come on, honey. Let's go see what George is cooking." I walk outside. Evening air. Warm. Perfect. And as I walk, I think, this is happiness. Different happiness. Quieter. Simpler. Earned happiness. Happiness from pain. Loss. Betrayal, forgiveness. Growth. The best kind. Sometimes you have to speak the truth. I spoke my truth. Set boundaries. Protected myself. Ran when I had to. Forgave when I could. And now I'm at peace. If you're in similar situation, if family is using you, exploiting you, protect yourself. Set boundaries. Say no. It will be hard. You'll feel guilty. You'll doubt yourself. But you're not selfish. You're saving yourself. Maybe years later, family will change, will come back. Or maybe they won't. And that's okay. You'll survive. You'll build new life. Either way, you'll be free. And freedom is worth everything. I reach George's building. He's waiting. "Harold, come in." We go upstairs. Tom, Maria, David, Susan. My community. "Surprise! Happy birthday again." Eyes fill. "Thank you all." We eat, talk, laugh, share stories. We're all old, all alone, all lost spouses. But tonight, we're together. More than enough. Later, back in apartment, balcony, stars out, ocean calm. I hold Eleanor's photo. What a life, sweetheart. Strange, painful, beautiful. Yes, Harold, but you lived it. Really lived it. I'm tired, Eleanor. I know, my love. But you're not done yet. Okay, I'll keep going. For you, for Robert, for Ethan, for the great-grandchildren. That's my Harold. I smile. I love you, Eleanor. Always will. I love you too, Harold. Forever. I sit until midnight, watching stars, listening to waves, feeling grateful. Grateful for pain, taught me strength. Grateful for betrayal, taught me boundaries. Grateful for loss, taught me what matters. Grateful for forgiveness, taught me freedom. Grateful for life, all of it. This is my story. Harold Bennett, 80 years old, survivor, fighter, forgiver. I was used for 20 years, exploited, betrayed. And I ran. I saved myself, set boundaries. Was it hard? Yes. Was it painful? Yes. Was it worth it? Absolutely. Because now I'm free. Truly free. And my family, they're free too. Free from dependency, entitlement, lies. We found each other again, as family, real family. Thank you for listening. If this helps one person find courage to protect themselves, set boundaries, say no, walk away when necessary, then it was worth telling. Now go. Live your life. Your real life. The life you deserve. Be brave. Be strong. Be free. And remember, sometimes the most loving thing you can do is say no. Sometimes walking away is the greatest gift. Not because you don't care, but because you care enough to teach the hardest lesson. Value, respect, independence. Thank you for watching. If this resonated, please subscribe and share your thoughts in the comments. Have you ever had to set difficult boundaries with family? How did it change your life? Remember, you matter. This is Harold Bennett's story. But maybe it's your story too. Be brave. Be strong. Be free. Sunrise.